By the time you hit it, I probably done already grew my wings.
Elevated, chasing dreams, and healing was the means.
What up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It's C Black Love. What up? What's up? What's up? Hey y'all. So we're finally off of that first page, and we're on to my first official, more organized page, I guess. Yeah, and the title of it was Find Your Dream, Your Purpose, and Step. Find your dream, find your purpose, and then step into it, of course. We have to get into the mindset that we are all here for a reason. You hear me? For a reason. Stuff doesn't just happen to happen. And you know, ironically, I did not know that people actually thought like that until I joined the Navy. And I have a couple of friends who's like, well, shit just happened. Like, no. Because some shit should never fucking happen, B. That's a movie. If you know the name of what movie I'm talking about. Okay, for sure. So grow. In order to get to that mindset, we have to grow personally, and we have to grow closer to God to understand that everything definitely does happen for a reason. Let me just undo this. Everything definitely does happen for a reason. Okay. Hold up. What's this? Oh. It's still curled together. Okay. So. Is that better? That'll do. That'll do. Don't keep that'll do. I feel like it's too. Yeah. So I need you to see. Okay. And in order to find your purpose, find your dream, and to step into the direction or the path or into your purpose and your dream, we go to God. The closer we go to grow to the God within us, and the more the Spirit can live in us, and we can be all that we can be. We can surrender and be used for everything that is meant for us. Does that make sense? Like I always say, I can only speak from my own personal experience. Me growing, first of all, looking in life and was like, you know what? Life gotta be something. There have to be something else than this. Like, this can't all be all there is to life. I wanted something more. I was like in need for something more, for something real. So I went down this rabbit hole of figuring out who God was and what that meant to me and how does that look like and how does that feel and all this other stuff. And I went through a whole bunch of different loops, and ultimately I feel like I know who my Father is. I know who the God that lives within me is. I understand, and even though I know what I know there's so much that I don't know, and I'm okay with that. And me being an Aquarius woman, being okay with something I don't know, yeah, that's how much peace and understanding I have. That's what that has me okay with that part. But I digress. But me getting closer to God helped me to understand what my purpose is, what my power is, what my gift is, what am I good at, and it helped me to go down a rabbit hole through my life. And I've learned I've always been that voice of reasoning for not just myself, but people who I care about, and for strangers. So I've for a long time I've always just been that ear, that piece of patience, that peacemaker. I've always just been that, and being that allowed me to be me, and it just showed me, it let me hear. Now where else is gonna take me, I don't know. I've seen a couple things, so I have an idea, but that's all up to God and my obedience. Okay. One moment. I also wrote that it's levels to purpose. Nobody's path looked the same, and I really do not want to talk about the situation that literally just happened. But it really is levels to who God is, to where you are on your path, to finding your purpose, to finding God, to understanding all of it. Is levels. So one thing we should never ever do is try to judge somebody for something that you don't know or you don't understand. Because you never know how God is talking to somebody else. When God told me to stop smoking, drinking, partying, having sex, watching porn, when he told me all of these things, told me and showed me the reasons why I should do all this, I was trying to tell it to my siblings and my friends. I was trying to push it. Excuse me. I was trying to push it and force it onto them, and that is not how things work. But and that's never nobody's job to do that. That God does not force me to do anything. He allows me to choose, and whatever I choose is whatever outcome is going to come out of it. Period. I could have stayed to my grandmother's house and started joining the Navy, but he told me directly and showed me to join the Navy, and I did. And I have grown in a different path because I did it, because I was obedient. If I would have stayed, who knows what would have happened? You know what I'm saying? I don't have too many situations and stories of who knows what could have happened, because I normally do what he tell me to do, like, period. And it's got to a point now in my life that when he tells me to do something, because usually when I was like, I'm not doing that, and he would be patient with me and still continue to send me the signs. But now I've got to a place of maturity, which is why I say it's levels to it. I got to a place of maturity with him that he really just got to tell me one time. So I was in my car and I was driving with my coworker, and my coworker had rubbed me the wrong way months prior, but I still was cordial with the person, and me and him cool, but now I did distance myself. So it just so happened that I was bringing him home one car ride, and on the ride home I kept hearing, tell him how you feel, tell him what he did, why, and start the conversation. And I kept hearing that, and I was like ignoring it, and I was listening to my music. Do you know my music cut off? Like, my Bluetooth stopped working. I plugged my phone up to the car. My screen cut off. Like, everything just cut off. Everything in the car stopped working because he wanted me to talk to this young man. And I was like, and I literally said it out loud because I was irritated because I had heard it so much, and then all that stuff had just stopped working randomly. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. As soon as I said, no, I'm not doing it, everything cut back on. And that scared me because I'm not used to, first of all, I wasn't used to that. So I was like, okay, cool. And he was like, huh? The dude was like, huh? I was like, God want me to talk about something, and I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because I'm scared to not be obedient to him. That's it. So I ended up talking to him. I ended up telling him how I felt. He ended up telling him his side, and I understood. I listened. Like, it was a nice conversation, and from there we grew. But I forgot where I started all this, but it's definitely levels when it comes to your relationship with God, and can't nobody tell you how it's supposed to look, because it's levels. It took me a long time to even get to this place. Just, y'all, somebody just told me that I don't respect God, and that threw me for a loop, because you don't know me at all. You don't know Nathaniel, okay? At all. But I digress. Being said, once you understand that there's levels to it and nobody's path is the same, we have to find gratitude in our placing. Wherever God puts you, find gratitude in it. When we look for gratitude, that's when we find our purpose and our dream. Because if we stay focused on the negative things or what could have happened or what didn't happen, we're taking our eye off, like, the reason God has us here, and the reason he puts us in a new setting is to prepare us for something else, and it will reveal to us what we need. It will reveal to us what we need if we just focus on why we are where we are. That makes sense? Is this making sense? I hope it is, but yeah, we have to find gratitude in our places, and we'll figure out what we need to be. So when God told me to join the Navy, I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't like the military. I cannot stand the military. I thought I couldn't before I even knew what it was about. I really can't stand it now. You hear me? I'm thankful. I'm thankful for a lot of things that it has brought to me, but it still doesn't feel like it's me. But since he told me to come, I came. And in coming, I found gratitude. I still was able to serve wherever he placed me, and try to find the brighter side over everything. So you wouldn't even know unless you was my partner, my close associate. You really wouldn't know that I didn't like the Navy for how much I intentionally try to be obedient and find the joy and the goodness in being here. But that's because I know God told me to come here. That makes sense? So I thought it was going to come for discipline, so I can gain discipline from the military. But me coming here made me realize that I've always been disciplined. I just need to learn how to be consistent. And nobody can make me do that. It's something in me that has to come out of me. And this whole time I've been low-key slacking. I'm like, I just need discipline. I just need somebody to come show me how to be disciplined, or hold me accountable. But getting here, I didn't get that from the Navy. I seen how disciplined a lot of people really aren't in the Navy, and it made me want to be. It was something that was birthed inside of me, that came alive inside of me, that was already there. It just wasn't mature. Now I'm being more mature in my discipline and in my consistency, and that would only get better. But I would not have learned that if I would have stayed in the same season that I was in before coming here. That makes sense? Makes sense? And I've learned a lot more. But what helped me see that is me keeping gratitude while being here, having the right mindset while being here. Yeah. Find your mission is finding your why. So for me, mine is obedience. And I didn't even look and see that I wrote that. Like, I'm just obedient. I've always been an obedient person. Like, no matter what people say, and even if I had like a little attitude, if somebody tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. If somebody asks me to do something, I'm gonna do it. If certain morals was instilled in me, it's still here because I'm obedient to what has been taught to me. Now, granted, it has put me in some sticky situations, but I've always come back out of it. But I always try to do the last thing God told me to do, and I must have to say it. So a couple weeks ago, God told me, I kept hearing, pack your things. I kept seeing signs of like, you're moving, you're about to move, pack up. I kept hearing it, I kept seeing it. And I was like, God, is that you? Or is that you telling me? Well, where am I going? I don't know. I don't understand where I'm going. And if you look at my last couple of videos, my room is packed up. Like, I had vision boards and pictures and charts and sticky notes, everything. If I open my dresser drawers, they're empty. I have this right here, that's boxes. I have all my stuff packed up. Why? Because God told me to pack up. I have no idea what First of all, if I'm leaving, where the heck I'm going? I'm still signed to the military for 2 more years. So what are you talking about packing up? That don't make sense, God. I don't understand. Where I'm going. And if I'm about to get a house, I can't get a house unless I get a raise. I can't get a raise unless I get ranked up. And I did just take the 2nd class test, but that takes 5 months to come in. And even after that comes in, it still takes 6 months for me to actually get paid. So it's basically next year is when I will start receiving a payment before I can even get the new house. So what do you mean pack up, God? I don't understand. But then I stayed there. I did what I was told. I packed up everything. If you go in my closet, it's packed up. You go in my bathroom, there's nothing under my cabinets. It is packed up. He told me to do it, and I did it. Obedience. And I'm like, it's just so funny to me because I literally just talked to somebody, and I feel like I needed to talk to this person for closure. Because he told me that I don't respect God because I don't listen to what God say. What? When all in all, I don't listen to what you say because, sir, you are not God. That's really what it was. That's, baby, you think the dating world is toxic? It is not toxic until you come across people who, you know what? I'm not even doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah. When it comes to obedience, you just got to trust that you heard what God said and just let it go. Like I said, I have no idea why God told me to pack everything up, but I done it. I have no idea why I have a small idea of why I think he told me to join the Navy, and I said it for me to, my obedience and all that. But in hindsight, I still don't even know if that's the reason why, but he told me to do it and I did it. He tells me to stop talking to people often, people who I love dearly, like they really done nothing wrong to me. And he tell me to don't answer the phone. And I do it because I try to be obedient. That is my why. Why? Because I'm obedient. Why am I obedient? Because God has not steered me wrong since I started rocking with him. Even before then, after I reevaluated my life and saw how he's always been there and guiding me in touch. He's never, why not? Why not? That is a man worth following. Why not? Okay? Even though he's not. I'm trying to be too political for people when I just gotta say what I said and say what I said. But yeah, and that you gotta just trust your gut. You really just gotta trust that God has said. You believe that God told you what he told you. It's living in the unknown. It comes with a tad bit of foolishness sometimes. It can look scary, it can look crazy, but just trusting in that and letting God do the rest. And keeping your eyes on the last thing he told you to do. And still finding that gratitude and not worry so much on why he told you to do it. And be so anxious about it, because that's definitely me. I just got out of the anxious phase like 2 weeks ago when I from packing this stuff up a whole month. It's just I'm at peace with it now. Whatever happens, happens, because blah blah blah. He's always guiding us for his own plan, but for his plan is something that we have to choose. And that was also a part of the conversation that I just had with this person. Just understanding that it's a choice. Love is a choice. For me to wake up and love God every day, that is a choice that I make every day, knowingly. For me to walk in forgiveness for the people who have done things to me, that is a choice that I choose. To still be loving and kind, even if this world has literally kicked my butt. Like, it's to the point that it's a little delulu. Like, even when I'm talking to my homegirl, she'd be like, you really been through a lot. And I'd be like, I don't think so. But it's because I choose to look on the brighter side for every little thing that has happened to me. That's a choice. I can sit and be negative and be complaining about things that I can't change, can't fix. It had nothing to do with me. I had no control over. I could, but what does that do for me? It keeps me dark. Like on the outside, on the inside, it keeps me sad. I don't want that. I want happiness. I want joy. I want joy in the tomorrow, in the new day, in the hour. I want all of that. And all of that is just, that's works for me. And if me being obedient and trusting my gut and even looking and sounding foolish sometimes means me getting that well done and me living the plan that he has for me, has always had for me, versus my own plan where I was going down these wrong turns and I didn't even do too much. Like, I really didn't. To me, I didn't do too much. So when I talk to other people, they say otherwise. But to me, I prefer that. I prefer that over anything. We know the difference from right and wrong at the end of the day. God is going to advise us to do his will for his people, for his children, and ultimately for you yourself as well. Um, but that just comes with, like, you gotta know that nothing doesn't just happen. Everything happens for a reason. So me being intentionally kind, intentionally sowing seeds at work, me intentionally forgiving, um, it's because a lot of times people aren't operating out of their true self, out of their greater self, their higher self, their pure self. They're operating out of some kind of brokenness, And I know when I was operating out of that, and I've hurt people, and I've hurt people's feelings, and I've disappointed people. I know on the road to me feeling better, I know how that broke me, because I know I broke something else while I was broken, someone else. That's hard, but so it's for me operating out of forgiveness, even if somebody is operating out of brokenness, whenever they decide to heal to me, that gives them that validation. Like, okay, I I don't know. It just, everything is not meant to be said, and that and right now I can't find the words. But in order for us to find our purpose, and to really listen to God, and really to just stand in gratitude, and to trust our own gut, we have to start listening to ourselves. We listen to so much. We listen to everybody. We listen to every little thing but ourselves. And that is not good. A partner. That's not good. I literally just deleted TikTok again. I deleted Instagram. I just got for social media because I felt like I was hearing too much. Not to mention Quiet on the Set is out. And I just don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that. But I digress. Just pray for people, because you never know what people are going through. Just pray for people. Pray for everyone. For healing. For healing. Really, it's a whole lot of healing. It's a whole lot of lack of love, because it started off with Dan, his family thinking he was never gonna be shit. And then if you listen to how he was talking to them kids, how they idiots and they ain't never gonna be shit and they slobs and shit, like, he was speaking from his own soul. He was speaking how he really felt about himself because of his parents. And then some parents allow their children to stay there. If y'all really be honest with yourself, y'all allowed your children to stay there because y'all wanted to feel like y'all was somebody. Like, that's something deeper. It's just a need for a whole lot of healing. But I'm not gonna speak on too many people that I don't know, because, like I said, that's just it. That's just it. It's just, I just pray. I just pray for healing. But in this world of where we're constantly listening to people, TV, social medias, music, we always have something in our ear. We're not listening to ourselves, especially if we're not going outside the way we used to. Like, literally, nobody is outside. Not adults, not children. What the fudge? Like, what's going on? Let's go outside. Let's get back to the barbecues and walks in the park, or just picnics. Just let's go outside. Let's enjoy life, for real, and not for somebody else to see. We're enjoying life for ourselves, and that's what I did for me. I recently just got off of social media to focus in on myself, and so I can really hear God and trust God, because I don't know what He's going to bring me to and bring me through, or what's going to come next. So I have to be intentional about the time that I make for Him. And I just want to, yeah. I just want to continue to just value life, especially with the Quiet on the Set. Like, we all grew up watching Nickelodeon, and like, it was crazy because I'm watching it and they show a skit and I was like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. And then when you look at it, it's like, dang, I remember that, but I didn't even notice that. We're watching these things and we're entertaining these things that really don't have too much of a pure incentive behind it. But on the flip side of watching that, I do remember being outside, playing football, skating in the streets, doing some other stuff we definitely shouldn't have been doing. But like, I remember the cookouts in the projects. Somebody start cooking, everybody outside, somebody got the music, they got kids jump roping, double dutching, hopscotch. Like, I remember that. We had a time, okay? We had a time. I remember that when we wasn't watching TV. So even if they had a little toxic stuff on TV, and even if they had a little toxic stuff inside the house, we had a moment to go outside and just breathe and just be and just enjoy life and just live in the moment. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's important for all of us, to listen to ourselves and live in a moment and everything, and stop avoiding ourselves. Because we lack so much trust within ourselves, which is the enemy's plan. The enemy's plan is for us to lack trust within ourselves, that will lack trust in the God that dwells in us, that will bring a disconnect from the God that has created everything. That makes sense? I hope it do, because I'm not explaining it. Like, because that's really what it is. And the only way we can get aligned with everything is we just quiet the noise. Listen to yourself. Go for a walk. Journal. Write. Just paint. Just be. Just quiet. Don't answer the phone. Don't just put the message to the side because it can wait. Just listen to yourself. Just breathe. Just be. If you're driving, just ride. Just ride. It's beautiful, ain't it? Cut me off. If I'm talking too dang on much, cut me off and listen to yourself. Trust yourself. Know yourself. He will reveal ourselves to ourselves. Like, he revealed me to myself. He revealed my true self. So when I thought I was mean and hateful and negative, which I was for some seasons, that wasn't really me. It wasn't really me. There was a broken me who was existing from the trauma and the conditions and the unknown that I was thriving and growing up. If that makes sense. But once he revealed me to me, I was able to see him, and I'm able to walk towards purpose. And even if that's just giving love every day to everybody that I see, that's purposeful. That's knowing that purpose doesn't have to be taking over the world. It can be waking up and smiling at a baby. You know what I'm saying? Finding your purpose in all of the little things, because we're important enough to just be, to be here, to just be. That's crazy. I wrote this weeks ago, and the same person who said that I don't listen to God, I don't respect God or whatever, I wrote him down right here. And all this happened today, and I just so happened to be reading this page. And I said, finding God when I found God, I found my strengths. I found my weaknesses as well. I found all of me, the good and the bad. But I found my strengths, I found my confidence, and I found my gifts, and I accepted them. I accept me. And I said, this person's gift, he literally rejects it because he's lost the idea of who God really is. I just With that being said, we have to find a healthy community, because his community, it all thrives to the same. It's a whole lot of control and force, and it's supposed to look like this, it's supposed to look like that, when no, everybody's story is different. Like, even when you read the Bible, everybody's story is different. So why are we trying to make everybody's story sounds the same? David didn't have the same task as fucking Abraham or Joseph or like, the underlying one was to act in love always, to forgive always. The underlying messages, they all had that. But the story itself was all different because they were all people from all different times. And girl, I'm really fussing at this person because, like, I love you so much, but I wish you the best. Anyways, with that being said, we have to find our community that would help us get to where we're supposed to be. Like, and if your community is also walking with God and trying to seek God and trying to find purpose, it's gonna help you. Like, all before, I didn't like my speaking voice. Even now, like, I'm better at loving my speaker voice. But when I'm editing, I didn't know my voice was so soothing, because I be editing it and I literally fall asleep while editing. Just listening to my voice, I have a soothing voice, and I didn't know that. But before I even started recording videos, my homegirl had told me, so your voice is so soothing, like, it calms me all the way down. I didn't know that. Nobody has never told me that. I've heard I talk low, but I didn't know that it was soothing. And when I'm editing, I start to really, like, I get relaxed, my whole body relaxed, and I start to go to sleep. It's crazy. But my homegirl also, she always would say, like, I love when you speak. I love how you put things together. Like, almost as like God had brought me somebody to validate my own gifts that are within me, because this is what I'm supposed to do. Because granted, God been told me to start doing this. He even sent another homegirl, and she was like, she called me. She said, I had a dream that you had a podcast, and you was on YouTube, and you was talking to everybody about your different experiences through life and all the stuff that you've done. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I said, I keep saying I'm gonna start, but I never started again. That was months ago. I'm ready now, and I'm doing it now. But yeah, basically, long story short, out of all this, when you find your purpose and you start walking towards the last thing God told you to do, He's going to do the rest. He's going to bring people around you that are going to speak life into your gifts to help you find the confidence to really do it. He's going to show you your weaknesses, but also show you your strengths and how to turn your strengths into your weakness, and to be aware of your weaknesses within your strengths. If that makes sense, and I hope it does. I don't know where that came from. But trusting in God and being obedient to what He said will allow you to step and to continue to step in another door, in another direction. Then you're going to just continue to see that, dang, everything He does is intentional. That everything literally does happen for a reason. How much He genuinely cares, and how everything is about the choice that you make. It's about the choice that you make. If you want to make it, then good for you. It's a choice. And in making the choice, it just leads you to another step, and we continue to grow and continue to mature and understand why He said let go, why He allowed separation, because it was never for you. It was never for you. And that season had passed, and you've learned a lesson, or you've outgrown it. Just let things be by just trusting in God. But I'm gonna edit this up, and whatever y'all get is whatever y'all got. And yeah, that's it. I don't think I have a song for real. I did have a song, but it's a song that I sung on another episode. But Yeah. Let me find one real quick. I'm gonna just say it because it's just still there. Keep your head up. Don't say that you love him. Walk away from all that is hurting. You are strong. Help yourself and it will carry along. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I probably said it wrong. And I'm hungry, but for sure. And that's it. That's all. Until next time, stay amazing. Continue to trust yourself. Trust your God. Trust your gut. Trust your mind. Trust your heart. Trust that everything literally does happen for a reason. And it's okay that sometimes those reasons may leave you in the dark. It doesn't always stay that way. Change is always around the corner. Blessings will eventually flow. Healing will definitely happen. Definitely happen. And in the moments where you can't find the reasons why something happened, be content with knowing that God loves you and that He got you. And no matter how dark it was, how painful it was, He got you. He got you. You know, and that's a wonderful thing to know that somebody has you. Somebody as great as God to have you in this world. Nothing else. What else? What else? What else but whatever God has for you? Because it's still Him. Yeah. Tough times don't last, but finding God will lead you to find your purpose, will lead you to find everything else and so much more, all the answers that you need. And yeah, I didn't know this was going to just solely be about God, but baby, whatever He wants, baby, whatever He wants. Yeah. Until next time, peace and love, stay amazing, and have a great day.
I say with time come perfection. I guess they ain't get the message. By the time you hear this, I probably done already grew my wings.
Elevated.